The girl hid under the bed and played hide and seek with her father, but he never dreamed of it. This is the last time I saw my father. My father kept smiling at him until he died. At this point, the assassin suddenly swung his broadsword, smashing my father beyond recognition. Blood rushed into his face in an instant. He witnessed the entire process firsthand. But I can only endure it, and dare not speak out. I thought this would save me from a disaster. I didn't expect the killer to come back with a sledgehammer. Watching the sledgehammer sway before my eyes, now I dare not even show off her grandeur. Suddenly, surprisingly, they haven't cut down the grass and roots, but sent him to a room. Then a lump of butter walked in. Now my Muck's face showed no signs of panic. At this point, mysterious people descend from the sky, cut this lump of butter with one knife. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out. The big man behind him fell to the ground. It was Namai who saved the man's life. Men see Namai as a good girl, so I adopted him, and trained him to become a top killer. The man is a local gangster, and after the adoption of Uncle Nine, Namai, devoted to revenge. Uncle Joe, in order to train him, let him train with the male assassins. But this underwater training had an accident. Uncle Joe threw the dagger in the water. The others saved themselves with knives and went ashore. Only Namai has been missing for a long time. Uncle Joe didn't even think about it. Jump into the water to save someone, dragging people ashore, starting artificial respiration again. Namai unexpectedly showed a proud smile. All of this was intentionally done by Namai. It's obvious. She fell in love with Uncle Nine. Not long after, Namai has found her father's murderer. Old man, cunning and cunning. Namai was ambushed by them. Soon, he was tied up with bruises all over his body. Just as the old man swung the sledgehammer again, Uncle Joe broke through the window and entered. Kill all the little boys with a small pistol. The old man was shocked when he saw Uncle Joe's face full of shock. I haven't had time to speak yet. He was shot dead by Uncle Nine. This time, I completely conquered Namai. 9 uncles also wash his hands for him. The two held a simple and warm wedding. Unfortunately, the good times don't last long. On their honeymoon, Uncle Joe answered the phone and left. But this time he went. Never came back again. Wait for Namai to find Uncle Nine. His head was bruised with blood and flesh, just like my father died. Namai is completely angry. He killed the enemy's lair alone. A live-action version of CS kicks off. Wait for all the little brothers in the corridor to fall down. Namai caught up with Black Boss. A rope tied around the neck of Black Boss, and then burst out of the window. It's over, Black Boss. But at this moment, the downstairs is already surrounded by police groups. I thought I was going to be caught and sentenced. Unexpectedly, was targeted by the National Security Bureau, sent him to a mysterious base. The girl went solo and turned the entire gang upside down, and then he was surrounded by the police. I thought I was going to be caught and sentenced. Unexpectedly sent to a secret base. Not only did he get a death certificate, I also easily adjusted my appearance, and the things I need to learn here are very comprehensive. There are plays and magic performances, and ballet and makeup techniques. But Namai just wants to run away. Seeing him taking hostages, the people on the side were not panicked at all. Namai rushed into another room. A short-haired woman stood up and said, to escape with him, and then took the initiative to open the secret passage gate. A group of people arrived at the rooftop. Women say, jumping down from here is the only way out. After one's words, I jumped down first myself. But when it's Nami's turn to jump down, so this woman is the instructor here. He took a ultrasound single in front of Namai. Tell her, you are already pregnant. Obviously, this is Uncle just flesh and blood. If you want your child to be born smoothly, must obey the organization's arrangements. Instructor's commitment, as long as Namai completes the task well, let him lead a normal life with his child. For the child inside, Namai agreed. A few months later, the child was born smoothly. Namai started actively participating in training, take on one task after another. The instructor also fulfilled his promise, gave him an ordinary identity, and also allocated a house. But on the day of the move, she met a handsome guy. Coincidentally, unfortunately, Xia Shuai lives next door to him. Of course, Xia Shuai was also arranged by the instructor. In order to approach and monitor Namai, little handsome not only looks handsome, still gentle and considerate. What's important is that my daughter really likes him. Gradually, Namai also began to be influenced. He hopes to give his child a complete home, so I found the instructor. Proposed to marry Xiao Shuai. The instructor readily agreed. The wedding of the two went smoothly, but at this point, he received an urgent task. Namai dragged her wedding dress, and hid in the bathroom. Quickly assemble the sniper gun, aiming from the exhaust fan rack gun, one go at a time. Wedding dress accessories. It's so beautiful and showy, but as he was preparing to shoot, but from the telescopic sight, I saw a face that I could no longer be familiar with. Unexpectedly, it was under the panic of the already deceased 9 Uncle Namai. One shot skewed. At the same time, it also exposed its own position. Uncle Joe quickly sent someone to investigate, watching this unfamiliar face on surveillance. But Uncle Joe felt extremely familiar. After a few years, two people who were supposed to be closest met again, but I don't know what to say. After Uncle Nine leaves, Namai shed tears in an instant. His love for Uncle Nine never disappeared. Why did Uncle Joe pretend to be dead? Meanwhile, Uncle Ji's younger brother is monitoring the phone calls between Xia Shuai and the organization. He approached Namai just to keep an eye on him. Uncle Joe sent this recording to Namai. Namai cried bitterly after listening. I thought I could find someone to entrust to. I didn't expect another scam. He hurried home. Wanna take my daughter away and fly away. But I just ran downstairs. An explosion occurred at home. Xia Shuai is protecting his daughter and being blown out of the window. Unfortunately, my daughter still died. Xia Shuai also breathed a sigh of relief. The pain of losing a loved one again made Namai collapse. He thought it was an organization that wiped out everything, so he broke into the organization, find the instructor, but the instructor turned on the surveillance footage. This time, Namai is completely dumbfounded, because all of this was done by Uncle Nine. The instructor also played a recording of him and Ziosui. Actually, Ziosui really fell in love with Namai. He didn't marry Namai for surveillance purposes. Just because of love, Namai, who learned the truth, went completely crazy. He drove straight into Uncle Ji's lair, set up a machine gun and shoot wildly, get rid of all the little brothers, and then kill into Uncle Nine's office. And Uncle Joe has already been waiting here. He revealed the truth of the matter. The killer who killed Namai's father was sent by him, and he adopted Namai just to cultivate him into a killing tool. Later on, he was moved. Kanami's desire for revenge is too strong. He is worried that he will be exposed sooner or later. But she couldn't bear to kill Namai, so she used Namai's emotions to design a fake death. I hope Namai can die in the battle to avenge him. Namai is going crazy with anger. This is the man he sacrificed his life to love. The two started a fierce battle. Uncle Joe, if he can't fight, he will run away. Namai is relentlessly pursuing her, but was knocked down by a speeding car. But nothing can stop the flames of his revenge. He's flying up there. The bus that Uncle Joe evades quickly solved several young brothers, but when it's Uncle Nine's turn, he's a bit hesitant to take action. He remembered his father, and my daughter and innocent handsome guy. There's nothing to hesitate about anymore. When he got off the bus, being surrounded by police again, at this moment, cruel smile appeared on his face. This concludes the film.